We've adopted him as one of our own. Honorary Scouser Martin Freeman brings a roaring finale of The Responder here tonight at 9. Right now, it's all about you.
Hello, I'm Tina Dahealy. Welcome to Points of View. Do you want to tell us what you think about BBC programmes? We'd love to hear from you, and we'll take your comments directly to the programme makers.
This week it was all about...
Everybody loves a Highland warrior until they meet one.
Live, laugh, love, lesbian.
Every spring starts small.
We never realised what was going to happen.
Thank you.
Well, let's get ready to watch the simple joys of nature, an explosion of fabulous wildlife. Sit back and brace yourself for Spring Watch.
And it's that time of year again, as Spring Watch was back on our screens on BBC2 on Monday night, with the team celebrating the season full of new life and hope.
Every spring starts small.
I look forward to Spring Watch all year long. It's one of my favourite programmes on TV. It's informative, it's fun, it's entertaining, and it makes you want to get out into nature.
Charging around like idiots. They're just full of the joy of life.
I think Spring Watch is an absolute joy. People travel all over the world to see, fantastic wildlife, but we've got so much right here in this country. And I just love seeing how the ospreys are getting on, learning facts about red squirrels. Even the ants last night was just amazing.
It's brilliant to see them making the most of the sunshine, doing their anti-business.
Viewer Alistair was delighted that the Spring Watch team visited his home on the Isle of Bute.
It's fantastic, to be honest. I like particularly the community forest with the squirrels. Just wonderful. You keep my eyes open next time I'm out walking.
Bit of tufty bliss there.
We shared your comments with the programme makers.
Thank you for watching to everybody. It's our job to shine a light on what is happening in the natural world. And so we put cameras up and none of us know what's going to happen until those cameras are switched on. And so we're watching in real time as well. Nature can be hard at times. It can be cruel, and it is the survival of the fittest. But that also means that there is almost a greater joy for the survivors. And we always have survivors.
There's the egg. And there are the little chicks.
Everybody loves a Highland warrior until they meet one.
On Saturday night on BBC1, iconic Detective Sergeant Rebus was back on the streets of Edinburgh. This time, the drama, based on the best-selling books by Ian Rankin, reimagines him as a younger man drawn into a violent criminal conflict that turns personal.
Everything's slipping out of control. Like, we're on the way somewhere to something, and it's not going to be good.
We watched the first episode of Rebus, and it was so good we had to binge watch the other 5 episodes to see how the storyline evolved and all the subplots were unravelled. The new Rebus, it is probably a bit more violent than the old Rebus was, but I guess that just reflects the times we live in now.
And it was the actor Richard Rankin who enthralled many of you.
Be careful, Darryl. Be very careful.
From the very first scene where he's lighting a cigarette, the dark lighting of Edinburgh in the background, his face all beaten up, you know exactly what Rebus is going to be like.
He is bullish yet reflective. He is hard-nosed, but he's got a twinkly charm to him. And of course, he's a wee bit sexy.
Although he wasn't for everyone.
Yes, he's here now.
We got a guy who looked as though he'd walked out of a shampoo advert, in his biker jacket, looking quite hench, and just not Rebus.
All right. Fine.
Didn't recognise the TV Rebus as the same person as the books. Looked as if he was always a moment away from bursting into tears.
It's going to be okay, son.
On Sunday and Monday night on BBC3, Danny Minogue was playing matchmaker in I Kissed a Girl. 10 single girls have been set up as potential couples, and there's been a lot of ups and downs since then.
Is it obvious I'm not okay?
Okay, give me a hug. I do love you a lot.
The importance of it, I really feel, is that representation has never been there, particularly for the lesbian community. So the more of this type of thing that you see, the more normalised and the more that these types of communities feel accepted.
Our values are the same. Like, the things that we care about on, like, a deep emotional level are the same. Like, you're just...
Offering viewers, particularly young LGBTQ plus viewers, a sense of validation, a sense of belonging and hope, demonstrating that one day they too could probably find love and happiness.
That was 8.5 out of 10.
Priya is Sikh Asian and I'm Asian Sikh as well. So for me, it was really interesting to see somebody that I can identify with in that way of being, in a minority, but also just to see what her journey is and how she's coped with, being gay and being Asian.
Live, laugh, love, lesbian.
We shared your comments with the programme makers.
I think the joy and success of the show really is the diversity of those taking part and the intersectionality of those taking part. And it's completely joyful to watch unfold. But it is also educational. I mean, a lot of people, whether you're in the community or whether you sit outside of the community, have said that they've learned a huge amount from watching the show.
So many emotions. Girls, I wish you all the best in your search for love.
We were all young lads. We joined the territorials for something to do, actually. We never realised what was going to happen.
On Monday night on BBC2, D-Day 80, we were there. For the 80th anniversary, the BBC's been gathering first-hand accounts from the surviving UK D-Day veterans, some more than 100 years in age.
There's never a day to go by without I think about the 6 good pals I lost in Normandy.
If you watch no other programme about the D-Day landings, be sure and watch this one. It's really excellent. Very moving, very poignant, and the way that they tell the stories is very matter-of-fact.
Heaven forbid that anything like that ever happens again. I think it's history, and I think history is very important.
I think when you look at a television programme such as this, it brings to life some of the horrors of war. I don't think unless you were actually there, you can really comprehend how challenging, how difficult, how bad it was.
They were crying for their mother during that journey and sick as dogs.
Dr. Sarah Louise Miller is a lecturer and historian from King's College London.
The programme did a really good job of asking people how they felt. What does it feel like to be landed on a beach knowing very little until the morning of, in a lot of cases, which I don't think is something people generally know.
You just thought, what's going to happen? And you prayed to God that you'd come home.
We shared your comments with the programme makers.
I think the challenges of making a programme like this obviously is we're dealing with people who are in their 90s and early 100s, although, I really need to say they were as sharp as buttons. It was really sad to see that some of those that we'd spoken to over the last couple of years have now left us, but their families were so excited and about them featuring in the programme still, so that their memories were there for everybody else to share.
Your life changes completely. You cope with what you've got and get on with it the best you can.
Mallow Station.
We're here. Let's do this.
It was the final of the epic race across the world on Wednesday night on BBC1. The 5 duos have travelled 15,000 kilometres across Eastern Asia with no smartphones, flights or bank cards.
Oh. Is it here?
It is just a delight, and I'm just loving it. I think it's fantastic. It's wonderful. I love the mix of old people and young people. I love the siblings. I love the rivalry.
Oh no, it's the boys.
You're lying to me.
No, it is.
And it's one of the best things that the BBC makes at the moment. I think it's a beautiful, wholesome programme. Seeing real, honest human beings going through emotions and growing as people and seeing the world is just a wonderful programme.
I think because like the end is so close, it's just like everything feels like frustrating if it doesn't slot into place, which it hasn't.
Emotionally it's rich and you become very quickly invested in all the competitors. I really no fan at all of any form of reality TV, but there's something about this programme that captures you when you watch it.
Psychologist Charlotte Russell thought that there were many positive parts to the programme.
As a psychologist with an interest in travel, kind of ticks a lot of boxes. So in terms of seeing all these kind of beautiful places and understanding the culture and the differences in culture is one thing that's brilliant about the programme. But I think the other thing that really makes the programme interesting and lovely to watch is how the relationships between the contestants on the show kind of grow.
Honestly, I thought spending 8 weeks with you was going to be a lot harder than it was. I thought it was going to be horrendous after like 5-6 weeks. It's been all right.
Been fun.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
I'm a writer. That's what I do.
And finally, on Sunday night on BBC4, Maya Angelou at the BBC. Long-time admirer Bonnie Greer looked back on Maya's extraordinary life through the BBC Rich archives.
Yes, Miss Maya.
And showed that as well as being a great writer, she was also a television natural due to her storytelling skills and warm charisma.
There was a time where black women, we stayed in the back. That's where it was safe. And Maya came out and put us in the light.
It was just wonderful. I felt as if I was having a private audience with her at times because the smiles came through.
Has love been good to you over the years? Absolutely. Absolutely.
It brought her to life, her learned wisdom, the trauma, the divorces, and motherhood. Oh my gosh, her poem on motherhood.
Chicken to fry, the baby to dry. Come here, please.
We shared your comments with Bonnie Greer.
A lot of people said basically that they didn't know anything about her. They didn't know how amazing she was. They didn't know the depth of her personality.
But then we wear the mask.
She was someone who overcame adversity. She never lost her, I guess, her zest to live, her belief that she could, I guess, defeat everything that was coming at her. And she always had a kind of smile, even when there wasn't anything to smile about. And I think right now, we really need to see that.
I am Maya Angelou, poet, American, I'm happy to say, a citizen. Thank you.
That's it for this week, but please do keep in touch. And as always, let us know what you think.
You can contact us by phone on 03709 083 199. WhatsApp on 0330 123 9188. Email pov@bbc.co.uk. Write to us at BBC Points of View, 40 Pacific Quay, Glasgow, G51 1DA, or post on our Points of View Facebook or X page.
Glitz and glamour is overrated. Family and friends are what matters most, so what better way to spend your Sunday than kicking back with the Cardiffians? Head to Sounds and listen now.